Hey guys, can anyone hear me? I hope the camera's working. Let me know in the comments box if you can see everything. How's everyone doing today? Amy, I can see you're here. Nice to see you. Perfect. Good to hear, Amy. Thank you. The camera seems to be going a little bit in and out of focus, which is a bit annoying. So I hope you can see everything. And can you hear me okay? Oh, great, great, great. Yeah, unfortunately, the weather isn't too good here in London at the moment. It's pretty cold, very damp, very grey, and my cat's joining me on the couch. Well, she's sat on the couch sleeping next to me. So, um, oh yeah, sorry, Susan. Yeah, the camera is jumping a bit, isn't it? I think what I'll do is I'll keep my hand here because I think the camera is trying to focus on the page and it's sort of jumping around. So, yeah, I hope everything's good where you all are, and yeah, let me know if there are any problems with the sound or the video, and I'll try and get it fixed. I'll do my best. So yeah, I guess today was really I wanted to just test and experiment with some of the things that we had talked about last week when we were experimenting with some of the different methods of blending, and I think it was Madeline. We were just chatting earlier in the comments, but she suggested using, or you'd come across somebody that had used Gamsol, and so I managed to get hold of some, which is a little bit difficult to get hold of in the UK. But I'm pretty sure that any kind of odorless mineral spirit, just as Susan had said, will do the trick. So I don't know if you guys have any Gamsol with you at the moment or anything like that, or whether you have any coloring pages to hand or materials to hand. But yeah, today I just thought I would try and experiment with a few things and show you some little tests I've been doing, and maybe even to try and make a start on this new page that I put together on Monday for you guys. So I don't know if you've had a chance to have a go at it, or even have a bit of fun coloring any of the other pages that I've put together. But yeah, I hope that that you'll find today useful. And do you know what I was thinking earlier about how what I'd really love for this to be, and I was thinking how great it would be if like we all came together and we just talked about stuff we've been trying out and testing, and we could do this. Try stuff out together, and then we could go away in the week and color and experiment, and then come back and share like the stuff that we've been getting up to and showing what's working, and things like that. So let me know if you think you'd like to do that, or if you just prefer to kind of see me kind of coloring and talking. That's very cool as well. And yeah, I hope you kind of enjoy it. So I'll show you what I've been trying to test out earlier with some of the new coloring pencils that I managed to get hold of. So I've got hold of this set of Faber-Castell polychromos. I don't know if you've used any of them before. You guys seen these? I've been using Prismacolors a lot, and I just thought I wanted to just try something new, and I've been having a go with the polychromos, and they're really, really nice. I'll show you what's possible with them, and maybe even we could actually, what might be useful is if I did a little comparison with the Prismas. I imagine that that the pigment in the polychromos is, I mean, it's just really high quality. You can sort of, let me try and find a similar blue in my Prismas and just show you the difference. So these are the Prismas here. And they're pretty good, and I really, really like them. I've been using Prismas for a long time. I don't know if you guys like have a kind of favorite go-to brand or coloring pencil that you really like to just use over and over. But when I kind of find something that I like, I stick with it for a while. So that's why I've been using the Prismas. But I've been hearing some good stuff about the polychromos, so I wanted to just give them a go and see how they get on. So yeah, these are the Prismas. Yeah, let me know, guys. Just chat along in the comments box, and I'll try and catch up. And any questions or things that you want to ask me, or stuff that you want to share, we can definitely do that. And I think I have the ability to share the video. So if you wanted to like show us some stuff that you're working on, and if you wanted to come up on screen or whatever and just chat, then you're really welcome to do so. Just let me know if you'd like to come up and chat. These are the polychromos, and yeah, and do you know what? I was doing a few tests as well with the Gamsol, and sorry I wasn't able to get hold of any any Vaseline. I know what you're saying. I think who was it earlier that said, was it Susan? Oh, Amy, yeah. So, to use it kind of sparingly, absolutely, because it dries out. Amy, dying to try the Prismas. Right now I use Sargent Art and Prangs. Cool. I'll definitely check them out. I've not tried them, to be honest. Do you find that, Amy, do you find that the Sargent Art and Prangs, are they kind of superior to Prismas, or do you think you might go back to Prismas after that? So actually these could be good examples for experimenting with the Gamsol in just a second, and I'll show you. I managed to get hold of some blenders and a burnisher as well, so I can show you some of the things I've been trying out with those as well. But I was saying last week about how with the Prismas, being able to use a blender or even the white pencil in the Prisma set, I find that it really kind of makes all the colors a bit too creamy, if you know what I mean. Well, I don't think so. I've never used Prismas myself. They are a harder pencil. Yeah, true. Prismas are, like you can see the difference actually. The polychromos are much softer, applying the same kind of pressure and even mark making. And you can see how much the Prismas, let me just bring this up a bit. Let me see if you can see this. I'll move the light out of the way. So you can see how much the Prismas are really picking up the texture of the paper. Let me just try and, yeah, there we go. Don't know if you can see that. Can you guys see that very well? Yeah. So you can see how much softer the polychromos are. Oops, this side. Yeah, I just found that just by using them in the last few days that I've just, yeah, I don't know, maybe I'm a convert, but I was only able to get like a set of 12, but I'm going to try and get hold of some more and see what we can do with them. And I actually have plans to try and get a little prize set up for the group. So maybe you guys can get like win a set of like some polychromos or something like that. Yeah, I'm looking into some things at the moment that I hope you guys will enjoy. So yeah, with the blenders and the burnishes. So I managed to get hold of. So this is the blender, and this is the burnisher that I managed to get hold of. And I think what I was finding with the blender, or what I'd been using before with other blenders, is that they're quite some of the effects that I was trying to achieve. They were a little bit too kind of creamy, if you know what I mean. Yeah, Madeline. Yeah, cool. Definitely. I'm really looking to try and help you guys out as much as I can. Um, so yeah, with the blenders, just getting hold of this one. I'll do a little test. So let's blend some polychromos together and see the effect. So yeah, I was just playing around and testing. That's kind of what I really enjoy doing is just obviously making the coloring pages, but also just testing stuff as well. It's sort of it's my favorite thing to do, really. Yeah, I just found that using the white pencil was really not getting the kind of level of blending that I wanted to achieve. Actually, the green's pretty soft, so I'm going to try and use maybe a red on the side. But I'm just applying like the lightest pressure to the polychromos, and it's really so subtle and doesn't take up a lot of doesn't need it doesn't need a lot of pressure to kind of take up the pigment on the paper, which is really amazing to see. And what I found is that you can really begin to build up like a lot of layers of color and depth by using these guys. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what you found with trying some other kind of tips or techniques, and what's been working for you guys in terms of particular art materials. It doesn't have to be brands of pencils, but whether you have tried other things to blend successfully, and whether you've been able to get that real depth of color that I'm sure you're all trying to achieve. But so let me get hold of the red in my prisoners just to compare. Is this the right red? Let's give it a go. So yeah, I don't know about you guys, but okay, so Madeline, funny, because I tried using the white pencil like you recommended and it worked especially well in small areas. Yeah, I mean, do you know what? Maybe it's good for working into those small areas. Have you, by the way, Madeline, have you got a blender, or have you used any blending pencils before? I'm just I'm just kind of curious to know what you guys have been using and trying out, and what you've been able to get hold of as well, and experiment. Like I said, that my thing is the thing that I really enjoy the most is just experimenting and trying stuff out. So yeah, there's the red, the prismas. Let's try green. See how that goes. But you know what? For me, it's sort of it seems so clear how the difference between the prismas and the polychromos is really something. Again, I'm going to try and show you guys a close-up in just a second. All right, cool. Prismacolorless blending pencil, excellent. So you found that the white worked better than the colorless, than the blending pencil then? And Amy, I just ordered some Prismacolor blender pencils. It's a different effect than the Vaseline that you usually use. So, and were you talking about that earlier, Amy, with how that you like to just use like a really thin coat? Is that right? Or how do you normally use it? I mean, do you use, like, for instance, I've been using like cotton buds, things like that to apply to kind of little areas. Madeline, polys cost more, better quality? Yeah, I think they are. Let me think. I don't know how much they cost in the States, but these guys were, I think, for 12 pencils they were around $15 or something. So I guess quite expensive, depending on your budget. But like I said, I'm yet to. What I'd really like to do is to see how long they last. In comparison to me using like the Prismas a lot. So that would be good to kind of compare the two in their like longevity, really, and how long we're able to kind of, you know, get your bang for your buck, so to speak. So just as an example of trying to kind of blend between the two, I don't know how clear that is. I want to try and take some photographs because I don't think that the camera does it any justice. Actually, it's just a bit. It's not great. Yeah, but you might be able to catch like the difference between the polychromos and the prismas. Let me know if you can kind of see that. Amy says, I use a small brush, I wipe it on paper, on a paper towel to remove any excess at all, to the point where I wonder if there is any left on the brush. Then slowly work the Vaseline into the paper. Oh, okay, cool. So, yeah, I know what you mean, because I suppose if you get too much Vaseline on the paper, it's going to just soak it up, isn't it? Well, I imagine that Vaseline, you know, it's going to take such a long time to kind of dry out. So, yeah, trying to remove that excess. Yeah, it's slimy, it won't dry. Yeah, exactly. Makes it difficult to store your coloring pages afterwards. And actually, that was one thing that I've been thinking about recently is trying to use. Do you guys know what archival paper is? So, trying to get some kind of like paper that helps to preserve my my drawings and all my coloured artwork, but you know, between use, so I can kind of stack it between them, if you know what I mean. So I have like my coloured artwork and then archival paper and then coloured artwork, archival paper, like that, because I've found that having stored stuff for quite a long time, that, you know, coloured pencils tend to rub off a little bit on the back of my pages. Anyway, so let's just do a little test with the blender, with the polychromos. And actually, one thing I'd noticed earlier, haha, my art isn't archival. Madeline, all art is archival. Trust me. And you'll love it in years to come. That's what I can say. And obviously as well, like, I think for me, you know, when you see the progress that you make with your art and your drawings, that's what gives me the biggest satisfaction. And you know, I love seeing you guys post stuff, because I know that, you know, in a year from now, 6 months from now, a few weeks from now, you know, if you're kind of consistent with your coloring, you just see the massive improvements. I love seeing that. I get the biggest you know, buzz out of seeing that from you guys. Amy, it's an excellent idea. I hate it when I use soft pastels or oil pastels and they rub on the back sides of the other pages. Yeah, I know. I remember, you know, when I was a little bit younger, but I remember using, like, I did a lot of like charcoal drawings and things like that, and someone recommended that I use like hairspray or like a fixative spray. But I hate using chemicals and stuff like that, like especially aerosols and things. And yeah, it was someone that just said, oh yeah, you know, you should try using you know, archival paper. It's pretty cheap from what I understand. I'll be honest, my art materials are all over the place at the moment, but I'll try and get hold of some to show you what I mean on a future video. Madeline, I use hairspray. Yeah, I know, it works very well, doesn't it, actually? And it does make your pages smell good too. So that's the bonus. That's the added bonus of it. So yeah, let me just use this blender on the polychromos, and what I'll do is I'll just blend about halfway into the colored squares, so you can see the difference. So this side here will be the kind of unblended side, and then hopefully the areas between will be blended pretty well. And like for me, I can see the difference already. But I was about to say that earlier, you know, one little mistake I'd made was I was trying to blend, I think it was like orange and red together, and then you can see how obviously on the very tip of the blender it kind of leaves the residue. I don't know if it's focusing. So can you guys see that? It's just leaving a little bit of the like a deposit of the coloured pencil in the end. And yeah, I'd started colouring on the so I'd been trying to blend between this orange and red, and then I started to try and blend the blue, and the blue basically started to pick up these little bits of the orange and red. It will wipe off. Do you mean the residue, Madeline? Because I did try, and what I normally do is just kind of like use a little area or an old piece of paper to just rub off. You can kind of see the dirt off there. Flick the color on the tip off with my fingernail. Yeah, that's true, Amy, as well. Yeah, that is good. I just like to kind of rub it off in the paper, so it just removes anything I know that I've got rid of. I've got rid of all the color on there. So yeah, let me just try that with the Prismas. And actually, you can see how it's really bringing the blue over, which is quite interesting. Let me just get rid of this, and then I'll try the green and the blue. By the way, do you guys? Wow, that's blending really well on the Prismas. Yeah, it is, isn't it? I'm not quite sure how well you can see. But yeah, I think the reason why it blends so well on the Prismas is because you could see how much the Prismas were picking up the texture of the paper, as opposed to the polychromos, which were really, really soft. So let me just show you the difference between those two guys. So can you see? I don't know if it's focusing. Amy, because they're so soft, do you think? Yeah, I think so. I think so. I think and I think I mean that the polychromos are really soft compared to the Prismas. But you should be able to just see how. Let me just bring this down a bit more. Let's see if I can get the lamp in there. Yeah, the camera's not great actually, is it? Hold on. Let me adjust it. Let me know if, can you guys see if, is that quite clear to kind of see the difference between the blending? Because if not, I can post a picture in the group and just show you. It's annoying because I feel like the camera focuses sometimes and then it kind of goes away. So, but yeah, for me, I think the Prismas, yeah, they blend really well, and it's probably because it's picking up the texture. But the polychromos are so soft, so subtle as well. And I'll try and show you the difference between the two in a bit. Maybe I'll take a picture and we can try and see that a bit better. And so yeah, these were some of the other tests that I did earlier with the burnisher. Has anyone used a burnisher before? So if you're not quite sure what a burnisher is, it's like a wax resist. So if you wanted to create a pattern underneath a kind of larger color, or if you wanted to create the effect of like a sheen or something like that. Madeline, you've not used them. Okay, cool. Amy, no. I didn't realize it was different pencil. I thought it was just a technique. I'm excited to see this. Okay, cool. Yeah, so burnishing, if you could imagine, if a blender is a bit like a rubber and then it's kind of rubbing the colors together, then a burnisher is a bit like using like an oil or a wax on a page. And so let me just show you as an example. If I was to, let's see, I'll try and burnish a square or a circle. Actually, maybe a circle. That'd be nice. So what it does is it leaves a bit of a sheen on the surface of the page, and I'm not sure if you can see. You might be able to make out the shine. Let me see. It's just here. Maybe not, but you'll definitely see it in a second when I apply another color on top. So, okay, you caught a glimpse of it. That's cool. So yeah, you should sort of see the circle appear as I'm coloring over the top. And yeah, I guess it means that you can create effects with if you wanted to add like another pattern or something else just underneath. Normally it's useful as well for creating, like I said, a bit of a sheen, and I've seen people use it to use it when they're trying to kind of color water or something like that. So yeah, hopefully you guys can see the circle now. I mean, I just applied maybe like medium pressure to the burnisher, and let me just extend this blue out a little bit, and I'll show you what it's like if I apply the burnisher on top of the color. So hopefully you might be able to see the difference. But yeah, do you think it's something that you might use, or I don't know? Do you think it's useful or not? One other thing I was trying earlier was using an eraser to try and blend together as well, and getting mixed results with that. I guess it depends on the type of colored pencil that you're using. But let's see if we use. Let me try and let's create another circle on top. So yeah, again, it kind of actually blends a little bit together, the burnisher when it's on top, but it gives it it almost looks like pearls or something like that. It's quite pearlescent, so you get a little bit of a sheen or a shimmer. Whereas if you're using it underneath the color, it really resists that color kind of coming through. So you can see. So Amy says, neat. Let's start with a gray pencil to kind of pre-color my shadows. Yes, definitely. So this would be cool for pre-highlighting. Yeah, definitely. Ooh, I like how it blended the color. Yeah, I know, it is pretty cool. So actually, in just some of my other experiments here, I was just playing around with the idea of actually putting like a burnish pattern underneath, and I was wondering about trying to try that out on like larger areas of color. So adding the burnish, like using the burnisher pencil underneath, and then blending some kind of darker colors in there at the bottom, which kind of leads me on to using the Gamsol actually. So I did have a little go with using it earlier, and what was really interesting was how much I was really amazed at how the alcohol really left. It obviously left a bit of a stain on the paper, but I would say in the past kind of hour or so, it's really disappeared. So the paper's kind of not been damaged or affected in any way. I'll show you again what I was doing with it. So this is using the polychromos, and I'll just show you how well that the Gamsol kind of blends things together. So how do you do water with a burnisher, Madeline? So yeah, I guess what I meant by that was more how you could, in the same way that you can see how I'm using the burnisher to kind of resist the color coming through. I was thinking how you could blend both options together. So in a little way, I was thinking how you could create movement. So you could create some lines, some highlights by using the burnisher, and then on top it would be about using it to create that kind of sheen of the water. So maybe I should do a specific example on that, and then post it in the group. But yeah, what was I saying? So with the Gamsol, yeah, I was just amazed at how well it was able to kind of to blend, and then it was great at really drying up. So I was really pleased with the little tests that I've been doing with it. Madeline, that would be great. Yeah, I'll definitely try and do that. Actually, I'll try and do that after this. So let me try red, and let's see, maybe a blue. See how well this how well the Gamsol works with this. But what are you guys all working on at the moment? Have you got anything that you're excited about? Have you got any new books? Do you have any art materials on the way? You know, we don't have to just talk about colored pencils. Like, my hope is that we can do some stuff on like China markers or gel pens, and maybe watercolor pencils, things like that. So I'd love to know what you guys think, and you know, even topics for discussion and stuff that we can try out, and stuff that I can show you as well. That would be really useful. Yeah, just let me know. So the blue and the red, getting there. So yeah, I was just using the cotton buds, just applying a little bit of the Gamsol, just a tiny amount, and then just kind of rubbing it across. And actually, I'll do it across this half here, and then you can see. But obviously, you know, it's great for kind of bleeding colors out a little bit. And my guess is, as well, is it depends on the brand of pencil. So I wonder whether some pencils might be more resistant or receptive to kind of soaking up the alcohol, or letting it kind of bleed into the colors a little bit more. But I don't know if you can see there. Birthday coming, and my herbs have been ordered. Full set of Prismas. Awesome, Madeline. That's great. When is your birthday? And Amy, I just purchased the Posh Coloring book. Oh, I have that too. It has Thomas Kincaid pictures on the left-hand side in their completed form, and then the picture for you to recreate on the right. 24th. Ah, cool. Well, I'll have to remember, Madeline. I'll send you a birthday message. So that's a few weeks away, right? So yeah, I don't know if you can see. I mean, at the moment it looks quite wet, but this will dry. And for those of you guys that have been using Gamsol or other kind of low odor alcoholic spirits to kind of blend, you'll know the effect that it does create, and it's so smooth actually on the surface. It's almost feels like there's a bit of a not grease, but something. It must really kind of lift all of the grease and everything else off the top of the paper. But anyway, yeah, Amy, love that book. The Gamsol is interesting. Is it the same type of product as mineral spirits, you say? Yes, it is. Yeah, if you can see here, it's just 100% pure. Can you see the label? Yeah, 100% pure mineral spirits. So I'm pretty sure you could use other brands. So I don't know if you have any that you've been using of your own, but yeah, it'd be cool to sort of hear if you've got any other brands or other recommendations that you've tried or experimented with. So yeah, I was just going to try and do a little experiment, or even just try using some of the polychromos on this new piece here, and try and post the results again in the group. But what do you guys think? Do you want to wrap things up, or we can end the live video, or do you want to see me do a bit of coloring and maybe we can talk and stuff like that? I actually posted a little poll in the crowdcast. So just below the video, you can see the polls, and I was just interested to know, whether you guys like to color whilst listening to music, or if you like having sound in the background as you're working, or whether you like to color in peace and quiet. Because just for me, I find that because I find it really meditative, and like I practice meditation as well, and I love silence, but sometimes I quite like the sound of like rain and stuff like that when I'm coloring. So yeah, and obviously, like, whether there's a particular type of music you like to listen to as well. So I'm just kind of curious, really, to sort of know what people kind of like doing when they're coloring, because it's such an interesting private activity to kind of do on your own. But I love the idea that you can we can sort of color together and share stuff, and talk about things as well. So yeah, let me know what you like to do. But yeah, what do you guys think? Would you like me to kind of end the video now, or we can color for a little bit more? I'm totally open. Yes, that's the kind of music. If I listen to it, I like soft classical binaural beats. Yeah, definitely. I'm into all of that stuff, Amy, and it's cool that you're into it as well. Yeah, there's I don't know if you use any particular apps or anything like that, but I really like using or listen to Brain FM. I don't know if you've heard of that before, but I like to listen to that. Madeline TV has to be something you don't need to watch. Do you know, Madeline? When I read that, so when it said Judy Listen, I thought you meant you watch just Judy. No, Judge Judy. Sorry. But yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, something that you just have on in the something you have on in the background. Yeah, so let me know. Should I end the video now? Because I realize it's just there's just a few of us on here, and I want it to be valuable for you guys, and to kind of ask stuff and share stuff and recommend stuff as well. So if there's anything, Amy, no problem. It's great to have you on, and I hope we can catch up next week, and you can kind of join in again. I hope it was fun. So maybe we should wrap up now if Amy's got to go. So it was great to have you guys on, and this has been crazy beneficial and fun. I got it, Amy. Don't worry, I didn't misread it. Cool. No problem, Madeline. It's been great to have you guys on. And listen, I hope you enjoy the rest of your week. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys in the group, and I'll try and post some more stuff in there, some pictures as well. So take care, guys, and I'll speak to you soon. Take it easy.